then a tackle company comes out with a new type of lure, and it'll be the doo-doo for a certain period of time. And so guides, and when I walk into my fishing gear locker, it's like going back to a life's worth of memories, because this used to work, and then this worked, and then this worked, and then this worked. But the deal is, they have no natural immunity to that lure.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
This company here, Seville, is making a little fat-ass topwater now that is about 1 ounce long, and it's full of mineral spirits with glitter in it. And it's only about that much mineral spirits in the bottom of that lure. Well, every time the ocean rocks that lure, or you bump that lure, all that glitter's going to do all of this.
Is it falling out of it?
No, it's inside, it's built in it. And so, I'll bet you that's going to be the doo-doo this summer, because they've never seen anything like that. So, they have no natural protection against it.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like Nick coming in here with that Cockney accent, filling everybody's in Australia.
They've got no immunity.
We have no immunity.
I found a bunch of old windows and pumps. I think I'll start using it.
I believe they would work.
They used to work wonderfully.
They plug and shorting the little shrimp would probably be one of the, and I don't know why there is someone not out there, some enterprising entrepreneur, bringing back some of these really classic lures that haven't been used in 30 years because the patents have expired on them. And it wouldn't be much to, hey, I know you got them, Ralph. I'm waiting on you to croak so I can get them. And my money says those fish no longer have any immunity to them. And they never did stop working. It's just, my wife was working at a convenience store, and some guy came in with a shirt on that says, "He who has the most lures catches the most fish." He tried to buy it off his back for me, because I've probably got several thousand fishing lures. And what the hell I'll do with them.
How many do you use on a typical trip? 1?
30.
You go through that?
I do. I put the customers on what worked yesterday.
Oh, right.
And then I start throwing, I carry a little shoulder deal, and I just start throwing everything in the box, and then they get hit with salt away. Everybody brags on this Real Magic will keep your hooks from rusting. Don't buy that one. Salt away will keep your hooks from rusting. And I put them in a little bucket, and they get sprayed with salt away that night before I go home. Sometimes even down the beach they get sprayed. But I will give my customers no more than 2 different kinds that they've been hitting real regular. And then I'll just start throwing the box. I'll throw the box, but I probably haul more lures than any guide in Texas.
Apart from Ralph White.
No, I probably haul as many lures as Ralph. The only difference is he's just cheesy waiting for you to catch a fish so he can put it in his box. And I've got to catch ours straight up. You know?
I have a real big problem with the top part of the lure is that the hook's just rusting out. So it's salt away the hook.
Yes.
What kind of hook should I put on there?
A lot of them, I love those VMC hooks, Nick. Is that what they call them?
VMC, yeah.
They're so sharp and everything, but what you got to be so careful about in the surf is the surf trout is on steroids compared to a bait trout, and he will straighten out those thin diameter hooks. And if he straightens them out, you're going to lose them. And so I'll be honest with you. More than Mustad's one of my sponsors, so I use a lot of Mustad stuff. But you got to worry about your hook being sturdy. Is what you got to worry about. That hook's got to be sturdy enough to when you hook that fish, you've been after all your life, and then you come in and every hook straight. You just want to sit down and cry because I've already been there so many times.
The jacket will go with it.
Yeah, but so will a big trout.
Do that, I just should get rid of it. One, I only need one.
You know what I do with
one
jacks?
year.
You know, I have a fish that says jack. I have a box that says jackfish, and it's ever old chrome and chartreuse lure, topwater I own, that all the chrome's beat off of it. All your old junk that's just totally been destroyed, throw it at them jackfish.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing them brand new $6 lures at them jackfish.
Or throw one of my lures.
Yeah. Yeah, well, of course, throw one of your lures.
$16.
Yeah, that was it. Go and buy another one.
Yeah, we just. I totally agree with you, Joe.
I've always wanted to be able to catch kingfish regularly off the beach. We caught a 20-pounder on a sheepdog this summer on one of the little spinning rigs, BG-15 spinning rigs, and that was a hoot. But I'd like to be able to do it regularly.
I'm looking forward to that.
I think that
flavor.
long son of a gun right there,
Oh, man, the shit out.
because it looks so much like a ribbon fish.
Did you ever see that kingfish rig, Billy? A lot of the boys.
Nick, some of your stuff makes me dizzy.
Right, this one really.
I'm on quite a bit of medication, and if it's counterproductive,
One
I have
of
to
the
avoid some stuff.
favourite kingfish rigs, baits is a ribbon fish. And I always thought that,
And you know what? Sometimes the nastier, more rotten, dirtier looking that ribbon fish is the one that catches the great fish. That 47-pound, 14-ounce king we caught this year was on. I started to use that ribbon fish for chum instead of bait. It was so nasty. And that big king picked it up.
so when I first went kingfishing, they used to have a rig that would come to this hook, there'd be a loop, and a loop from there to here, there'd be another loop.
There still is. I got a truck full of them.
Right, but the problem with that is that when you put these hooks in the ribbon fish, you're left with this sagging bit, and potentially the bait will rotate like that as you're pulling it. This, what I do is you go through its head, and it's fully adjustable so you can set it. Hold that a sec. And then I leave this as a stinger, this back end floating. This one's in the middle. When that strike takes place, hold it tight, this gangs it. Pull it. It comes up and it locks it in and you've got it. But it also gives you this beautiful trolling system where you can set it so they're pulling right through behind you. So that's our kingfish rig.
And I'll tell you one thing too, them cheap kingfish you buy, rigs you buy everywhere, those are the rustingest son of a guns I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the barbs and the points just absolutely rust off of them in 2 days. Because we go through a lot of them.
I know that this rig, I mean,
Nick,
yes.
one other thing that rig would also do is with a real active fish, you don't have another set of hooks flying around like you do with the
Right.
regular triple hooks.
So I know that we got boat
How many
skimmers.
people do you know of that worn triple hook, you know?
Yeah. There are a lot of boat skimmers that come in and buy 20 or 30 of them at the beginning of the season.
I saw
They're very
something the
popular.
other day that really got my attention because it's so simple and so practical. These guys using big 8 sinkers getting down for amberjack and stuff. And the first thing they do when they get their fish up close is they throw that sinker inside a rod holder.
Right.
So that
yes,
sinker's
control
going
it,
up for
yeah.
beating everybody in the
Good
head.
idea.
And they get the leader the other side of it. And then you're not trying to do something, and all at once this 2-pound sneaker comes and dings you in the side of the head. Or that fish shakes his head and turns it into a mortal weapon. So.
They used to put conger eel in trash cans, as they call it. And with your inflatable, Billy's going to be running a service where he can take you down the beach. He's going to have a 12-foot inflatable, and you can go out there and chase tarpon and sharks and things like that from the inflatable. Am I correct, Billy?
That's correct. I'm street legal with the seashore. I'm street legal with the